Hi, I'm Karishma, contributing features editor for Her World, and with me is Liz, who is the editor-in-chief of Her World, and Letty, the beauty editor for Her World as well. So this is a new series that we have going on, which is called Can We Just Talk, where we want to debunk the myth that we cannot talk about uncomfortable issues such as money. So today we're going to be talking about whether you and your partner should have a joint account. So both Liz and Letty have been married for a few years already. Maybe you can tell us about how long you guys have been married?
Hi, I'm Elizabeth, the editor-in-chief of Her World. So I've been married for 12 years and it's been quite a journey. Yes, I do currently have a joint account with my husband. So we have two joint accounts actually, but one which is the most active, where money goes in and we make payments from.
So I haven't been married as long as Liz. So it's only a year for me and we don't have a joint account.
Can I ask, why do you not have a joint account?
I feel like the need for it just hasn't come up because we're still in the midst of looking for a place. So maybe when we have to finance that place, we would. But for now, I feel like we don't really have the need for it. And if it's like expenses, we'll just transfer it into either his account or my account.
Do you stay together right now? Do you live together?
No,
okay,
because we're still looking for a place.
You're still living apart. Okay.
We're living apart, but together sometimes, like most times.
So like when you guys go out for dinner and stuff, how does it work? Like pays for dinner, is it you split the bill?
We do, so we take turns. It's like a reward, right? So if someone, I don't know, I was gonna say like punishment. If you did something wrong and then maybe he'll treat me. I think for the most part, we try to make it like equal. So occasionally I'll do it and then occasionally he'll foot the bill.
Okay, so I guess you guys are not transactional about it.
Maybe we should be, but we're not.
So, according to the Her World What Women Want survey, about 69% of our readers give 0 to 20% of the salary to their household income. How does it work for, maybe for you, Liz, how does it work for you in your joint account? Is that where all your expenses go through? Is it proportionate to your salaries, or is it half-half?
Joint accounts, we've started many, closed many, and the situation that we are in today was very different from 10, 12 years ago. So actually I totally resonate with Letty, because at the beginning of our marriage we didn't have joint accounts too, and then we started to realize, oh, we're eating out a lot and like we are not really tracking how much we're spending on food, and we're like, are you paying more than me, or am I paying more? And there was a bit of grumbling, right, and disagreement, which is why we started a joint account also, and then we started to put a set amount of money inside. And 10 years ago, my starting pay was very, very low, and it was miserly because we work in publishing, so writers don't get paid a lot. So we put, I think, a couple of hundreds inside, and that from that account we would pay our dinner bills from, utilities bill as well. So that was how it started. And then we realized it didn't work, because guess what? Every month we would bust the budget. So if there was, I don't know, $500 inside the account meant for dinners, it would run out by the third week. And then we'll get into disagreement. Okay, so we put in more money, and then we realize we spend more, and then how much is too much, right? Because we weren't earning a lot. So putting aside, say $500, if you're earning like $2,000 plus salary, is a lot of money, right? So then we would disagree and start fighting. And then so we said, okay, forget it. We don't have any joint accounts. Close the joint account. It was too much hassle. We didn't solve the problem. And then after that, we started, having to make payments for the house, for the car. So right now, the joint account that we have mainly makes payments for both house and car, because I feel like those are set payments that we know what to expect every month. Food right now, what we do is we take turns to pay. So if I want to eat expensive steamboat and he wants to eat pizza, then he pays for the pizza and I pay for the steamboat. It's more fair this way, yeah.
What about utilities and stuff?
So how we split it is he pays for utilities, I pay for the house insurance.
Back to my question earlier, is it 50-50?
So I think when we first started out, it was 50-50, so it was split half. And then throughout our careers, when one person earn a lot more than the other person, then we might adjust it slightly. If not, then it will go back to 50-50.
So what have you learned since getting a joint account with him? Or have you changed your spending or savings habit?
It's definitely made me more disciplined, in the sense that I need to know to put aside X amount of money each month. The moment my pay comes in, it goes in a joint account. But that's also good because it's money that's settled already. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to worry at the end of the month that there's, I need to dig out another like $300 or $500 to pay for this bill, because once it's in, you know that this amount will take care of XYZ bills. And that has given me financial freedom in some ways, because then whatever's left over, I can do with whatever I want with that money.
So some couples believe that having a joint account is conforming to antiquated gender roles. What do you guys think? Maybe Letty?
I feel like it really boils down to the couples themselves and what they believe in. And I feel like there needs to be a discussion, right? Like, why are we having this joint account? What kind of needs does this account serve? And I think both parties have to be in consensus, like, why are we doing this? Is there a purpose for doing this? So I feel like if there's an issue with it, it should be an open discussion.
I don't really understand why is it antiquated. Like, why? Was there
I think it probably comes from maybe back then when women were not really working, and a joint account was a way for the husband to kind of just have a say and have a look at what she's spending on, and then going like, you spent too much on groceries today, or what is that account?
I think the distinction is the joint account the only account that you have? That is the crux of the matter, right?
Yeah.
Having just a woman having one joint account and no other personal accounts, then I think I personally wouldn't agree with that. Okay, because unless whatever he's earning is also in that joint account, and then he has no other personal accounts. But for me, I'm all for having one joint account and having your own personal accounts. I feel it's a more egalitarian way of existing.
Just get your will sorted, lah.
Yeah.
Okay, so my last question is, a 2000 study said that when couples maintain their accounts separately, it's indicative of a certain lack of trust and a lack of commitment. What do you guys think?
It goes back to open communication, right? Like having that discussion, maybe not on your first date, but I think before you get married, I think it's important to have this open discussion about having a joint account, and then like how much are we contributing to it, and then have that end goal in mind, like what is the savings for? Yeah.
For me, I've shared that at different points in my life and in my marriage, we've had joint accounts and had no joint accounts, and I don't think that was indicative of the relationship. I don't think that is true. I do know of friends also who don't have joint accounts with their husbands, and friends who also have joint accounts with husbands, and that is not indicative of whether their marriage is successful or not. At the end of the day, it's like what Letty says, it's a partnership. It's about having open communication, and making sure that everyone's on the same page, and what works for you may not work for someone else.
I think it's also the specifics, right? The details, we have to talk about this, right? So how much is each party contributing? If in the event that someone loses their job, do we still have to contribute to that account? So it's not as simple as having an account, yes or no, but also like all of the different details there.
Actually, that's a very good point.
Yeah. I was gonna ask actually, like, do you think that it's important to have the conversation about money before you get married?
For sure. Yeah, money is I think the leading cause of divorce.
Yeah.
Right? Disagreements about money, and also family disputes as well. I think what Letty mentioned about like if there are points in time when if you lost your job, I used to require to contribute to the joint account. That's very important, because there have been times in my career and in my husband's career where there were retrenchments that happened, or we just were made redundant, or whatever the situation was. And then it's very important to also be on the same page as your spouse. Okay, I can't for the foreseeable future be able to contribute this much money to the joint account. So are you able to cover it? If you're not, do we have savings to take money out from to cover it? Or what are areas that we need to cut back on, or do we need to sell something, sell the car, or whatever it is, to be able to tide, past this period? Because at the end of the day, it's a partnership, right? And if you are not able to solve these things together, then that's very dangerous. Yeah,
I guess the joint account is just one of the factors, right? But as you said, it's more important to have that trust and have that open communication and honesty, I guess. Thank you for your insights, and please join us for our next episode of Can We Just Talk?
Yeah.
Like, comment, share, and tell us what you think.
There are more episodes to come, so stay tuned.